University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello, Scotland plays Wales tonight for a place in the second round. Winners go through automatically, but losers can earn themselves a stay of execution if their score is high enough. Founded in the early 15th century, St Andrews is Scotland's oldest university and the third oldest in the UK. Tonight's team tell us the average student is a bit on the posh side and its current student body has a higher proportion of English students than Scottish. Around 15% of them are from the US. It's a place where the wearing of the bright red undergraduate gown is embraced with unusual fervour, and the degree of carelessness with which it's worn is a coded message of one's seniority. Alumni include the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and Alex Salmond and George Reid of the Scottish National Party. The poet Don Patterson teaches in its English department. Representing around 8,000 students and with an average age of 20, let's meet the St Andrews team.
Hi, I'm Ben Adams. I'm from Bangor in Aberdeenshire and I read English literature.
Hi, I'm Jim Parsons from Leicester and I'm a fourth year studying history.
And their captain.
Hi, my name's James Gray. I'm from Edinburgh and I'm studying classics.
Hi, I'm Andrew Newton. I'm from Inverness and I study maths.
Now, the University of Bangor was founded as the direct result of a campaign in the late 19th century for the provision of higher education in Wales. It was originally located in an old coaching inn, and it was supported by public subscription, including voluntary contributions from the wages of the local population of farmers and quarrymen. It was a member of the University of Wales for many years, but now has the power to award degrees itself, and its alumni include the poet R.S. Thomas and the film director Danny Boyle. Tonight's four represent around 16,000 fellow students. Let's meet them.
Hi, my name's Adam Pearce. I'm from Barry in South Wales and I'm studying a PhD in translation studies.
Hi, I'm Mark Stevens from Winnington, Cheshire, and I'm studying environmental science.
And their captain.
Hi, I'm Nina Grant. I'm from Enfield in London and I study French and linguistics.
Hi, I'm Simon Tomlinson. I'm originally from Manchester and I'm doing a PhD in neuropsychology.
Usual rules which you of course all know, so fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. The islands of which present-day country became a Spanish colony during the 16th century and was ceded to the USA in 1898?
Bangor Tomlinson.
The Philippines.
Correct. Bonuses are on world history, Bangor. Which decade of the 20th century links the Long March of the Chinese Communists, the Chaco War between Bolivia and Paraguay, and the establishment of Saudi Arabia?
The 1930s?
Correct. Which decade of the 19th century saw the end of convict transportation to Australia, the emancipation of the serfs in Russia, and the unification of Italy?
The 1870s?
The 1860s. And finally, which decade of the 18th century saw James Cook claim what is now New South Wales for Britain and Bostonians throw tea into the harbour in a protest over tax?
The 1770s.
Correct. Another starter question. What was the surname of the two Chancellors of the Exchequer, father and son, who died on the same date exactly 70 years apart? The father died in 1895, while the son later became Prime Minister.
Bangor Tomlinson.
Chamberlain.
No, St Andrews, one of you buzz.
St Andrews Newton.
Cripps.
Good heavens, there was never a Cripps of Prime Minister. No, it's Churchill. 10 points for this. Sometimes called the pallium, the layer of epidermal tissue that encloses the body of a mollusk and secretes the shell, is commonly known by what name, originally meaning a cloak? In geology, it denotes the Earth's interior between the crust...
Bangor Tomlinson.
Mantle.
Correct. Right, your second set of bonuses are on a playwright. The Burial Mound and the verse tragedy Brand were among the early plays of which Nordic dramatist born 1828?
Henrik Ibsen?
Correct. Of which of his plays, first performed in 1879, did Ibsen write, "There are two kinds of spiritual laws and kinds of consciences, one for men and one for women"?
The Doll's House?
Correct. On its London premiere in 1891, the Daily Telegraph described which of Ibsen's plays as an open drain, a loathsome sore unbandaged, a dirty act done publicly?
Hedda Gabler?
No, it's ghosts. 10 points for this starter question. What term was introduced by the US sociologist Robert Merton in 1957 to describe the following concept? In the beginning, a false definition of the situation evokes a new behaviour which makes the original false conception come true.
Banker Tomlinson.
Oedipal prophecy.
No, St Andrews, one of you may buzz.
St Andrews Grey.
No, I know it's wrong. I assure you.
Take your word for it. OK, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. 10 points for this. If a man loved the labour of any trade, apart from any question of success or fame, the gods have called him. These words appear in Across the Plains, a travel memoir of 1892 by which literary figure? Best known for his adventure novels, he was born in Edinburgh and died in Samoa.
Banker Pierce.
Walter Scott.
No, St Andrews.
St Andrews Newton.
John Buchan.
No, it's Robert Louis Stevenson. I'm afraid you lose 5 points, Bangor, for the incorrect interruption. 10 points for this starter question. 2010 was the 75th anniversary of the invention of which device? It was patented by the US publisher Carlton C. McGee after a contest attempted to solve problems caused by the number of cars in Oklahoma City. McGee...
Banker Tomlinson.
The traffic light.
No, McGee originally, you lose 5 points. McGee originally called it the Black Mariah.
St Andrews Grey.
Taxi.
No, it's a parking meter. 10 points for this starter question. In quantum physics, which subatomic particle, a meson with a mass of about 9.4 gigaelectron volts and a zero charge, is thought to consist of a B quark and its antiquark? It's named after the 20th letter...
St Andrews Newton.
A mu.
No, I'm
muon?
afraid you're wrong, and I had to fine you 5 points. It's named after the 20th letter of the Greek alphabet.
Banker Pierce.
Neutrino.
No, it's an... What? No, it's an upsilon. 10 points for this. Which tennis venue is named after the pioneering airman who became the first man to fly non-stop across the Mediterranean? He was killed when his...
St Andrews Grey.
Roland Garros.
Correct. OK, you're away now. Your bonuses are on zoology, St Andrews. In contrast to autotroph, what term describes an organism that's unable to assimilate inorganic materials and hence uses complex organic materials as a source of carbon and energy?
Could it be?
Chemotrope?
No, I think it's heliotrope.
Heliotrope.
Yeah,
Heliotrope.
No, it's a heterotroph. Secondly, what Greek-derived term indicates the type of heterotrophic nutrition when food is first ingested before being digested internally? It's characteristic of animals.
maybe you should say chemotrope for that.
Chemotrope?
No, it's holozoic. And finally, what's the principal food of frugivorous animals?
Fruit or fungi? Which?
Fruit, fungi? Fruit.
Correct. We're going to take a picture round. For your picture starter, you're going to see a diagram of a sports pitch. 10 points if you can give me the name of the sport that would normally be played on it.
St Andrews Grey.
Australian rules football?
Correct. So your picture bonuses are 3 more diagrams of sports pitches or courts. Again, in each case, for 5 points, I want the name of the sport that would normally be played on them. Firstly, for 5, the specific sport that uses this pitch.
Lacrosse.
Specifically?
Men's lacrosse?
No, it's women's lacrosse. Secondly, I want you to name any one of the 3 sports normally played on a pitch like this.
Well, okay. Outside dare. It's not shinty, I think it's hurling. Yeah, so hurling?
Yes, I'll accept that, or Gaelic football or international rules football. And finally, this diagram shows the playing area of which indoor sport?
Sure. There's no T. It's not 5.
Is it not squash?
I don't think it's squash. There's no T. There's no T.
Tennis?
Is it real tennis?
No, it's racquetball. 10 points for this. Quote, provided the opinions which were quacked out were orthodox, it implied nothing but praise. These words from Orwell's 1984 refer to which newspeak word, which perhaps sadly has yet to enter the common usage?
St Andrews Adams.
Duckspeak.
Yes. Right, St Andrews, these bonuses are on names. What name, thought to denote a dog-like or churlish manner, was given to a member of the school of Greek philosophy, which included Diogenes of Sinope?
Keenan or something like that. Diogenes was a Stoic. You sure? Why? Just saying dog-like. Cynic?
Yeah. Cynic.
Cynic is correct. Said to contain the most unsociable and unclubbable men in London, the Diogenes Club was co-founded by which fictional character?
Mycroft Holmes.
Correct. What is the common name of the crustaceans to which the genus Diogenes belongs, noted for their use of the shells of other animals to protect their soft abdomens?
Yeah, I would have said hermit crab. Because they use other people's shell.
Hermit crab.
Correct. Another starter question now. After an American scientist born 1914, what three-word term denotes the torus of plasma surrounding the Earth that's held in place by the Earth's...
Bangor Stevens.
Van Allen belt.
Correct. Get these bonuses, you'll retake the lead, Bangor. They're on a language family. From the Latin for southern and the Greek for island, what term denotes the language family that had the widest geographic span in pre-Columbian times? Sometimes known as Malayo-Polynesian, it currently has more than 300 million speakers.
Australasian?
No, it's Austronesian. Secondly, the national language of which large island is the westernmost outlier of the Austronesian family? It was probably settled by people from Borneo from around AD 300.
Sumatra. Sumatra.
Sri Lanka.
No, it's Madagascar. Annexed by Chile in 1888, which isolated island is the easternmost outlier of the Austronesian family?
Easter Island.
Correct. Another starter question. What given name links Valento in the Raymond Chandler novel Farewell, My Lovely, Von Tussle in the film Hairspray, Kelly in the musical Chicago, and Dinkley in the television series Scooby-Doo?
Bangor
Velma.
Grant.
Sorry.
Velma is right, yes. Never thought that would be useful, did you? Right, your bonuses this time, you've retaken the lead, are on the Roman Catholic Church. With the beatification of St Maximilian Kolbe on October the 17th, 1971, which pope began the innovation of presiding personally at the rite of beatification?
Which year was that? 1971. Paul the 23rd, I don't know. Go for John Paul first.
John Paul I?
No, it was Paul VI. Who was the last emperor of Austria-Hungary whose beatification by John Paul II in 2004 met with criticism owing to his authorisation of the use of poison gas by his army in World War I?
Pass.
It was the Emperor Karl I. And finally, on the final day of his 2010 state visit to Britain, Pope Benedict beatified which 19th century English prelate noted for his poem The Dream of Gerontius?
Cardinal Henry Newman. Henry Newman.
It was John Henry Newman, yes. Right, we're going to take a music round. For your music starter, you'll hear an excerpt from a piece of popular music. 10 points if you can give me the name of the band and the title of the piece.
Bangor Stevens.
Is it Coldplay, Life in Technicolor?
St Andrews, you can hear a little bit more if you like.
St Andrews Gray.
Coldplay 42.
That's Coldplay, Lovers in Japan, or Reign of Love. So we'll come to the music bonuses shortly. 10 points for this starter question. The films Can't Stop the Music, Howard the Duck, Cocktail, The Last Airbender, and Battlefield Earth.
St Andrews Newton.
George Lucas.
No, you lose 5 points.
Bangor Tomlinson.
Scientology.
I'd have told you the rest of the question. You didn't have to buzz in. You had plenty of time. But nonetheless, that is also wrong. They were all recipients of the Golden Raspberry Awards for the first worst film.